Happy Thursday, guys. The weekend is almost here. It's Thursday, February 18th, 2021, and you're watching the Daily Mix TV. Hi, my name is Sean Patrick Hillman. Lots of news to talk about, so let's get right into it. Facebook has blocked users in Australia from viewing and sharing news on the platform amidst a dispute with the Australian government. Now, the social media giant's move, which also shut down several health, emergency, and government pages, is in response to a proposed law in Australia which would make tech giants pay for news content. Now, meanwhile, Google is making a significant payment in exchange for content from News Corp as part of a 3-year global partnership agreement. Remember, News Corp is owned by Australian Rupert Murdoch. Now, Google has signed up media outlets in Germany, in Brazil, the UK, several other countries, and they're adding to its news showcase program with a $1 billion licensing spend. So that means they're spending $1 billion to license that content from companies like News Corp and so on, so that they can feature them on their site. Now, it's interesting this is happening now. There have been rumblings for a while that Facebook was working on a similar platform, including a similar payment methodology to what Google is doing. But given this move, I believe the reality is that Zuckerberg does not want to pay media houses for their journalists' work. Now, that presents a serious problem, given that Facebook is still the #1 social network. This is just one of many reasons why governments across the globe are working on legislation to actually limit Facebook's ability and capabilities go forward. They claim that, like Twitter and Facebook's Instagram, that they're only tech companies that are, just facilitate sharing of information or content. Well, that's no longer true. You can't hide behind a label claiming that people only communicate on your platform. That's completely incorrect. During the 2020 election, think about this. Facebook and Twitter censored specific groups. They tore down content. They prevented certain people from posting on their platforms. And if they broke their so-called community guidelines that Facebook alleges to follow, which I personally have run into, and I can tell you, they don't follow it. It's a joke. I mean, I saw a video of an animal being tortured that was reported by several of my friends. 3 weeks later, it's still on the platform. So you tell me if they actually follow their community guidelines. Anyway, they are literally censoring different groups across platforms, limiting what information can and can't be seen by certain people at certain times, and those kinds of things. So that's not just a tech play that allows you to share content. That's actually getting involved in curating that content. So you go from being a tech house to a media house because you're the one disseminating the information that you choose. So stay tuned to this, folks. I have a feeling it's going to get very ugly. All right, people are more likely, apparently, to trust and buy products from brands they consider to be purpose-driven, according to a research study done by Porter Novelli. Now, when asked for gut reactions to conventional versus purpose-driven brands, the purpose-driven brands were often more associated with trust and transparency. All right. The study also revealed 2/3 consider purpose when making a purchase. 78% would be more likely to remember companies with a strong purpose, and 72% said they would be more likely to forgive a purpose-driven company if it made a mistake. Anybody who actually believes this study, I've got a bridge I can sell you. It's not balanced in any way, shape, or form. There is a clear narrative at play here, folks. And it's likely for one or more of Porter Novelli's clients. It's an old tactic. It's designed to push a specific view that PR firms and communication firms have been using for decades. But the blatantly high percentages are the biggest indicator that this was not balanced in any way, shape, or form. Do Gen Xers care about this? Yeah, sure. As a Gen Xer, I care. Do I care to the tune of 2/3 of my fellow Why Bother generation members? Not likely. Same for boomers. Millennials and Gen Zers, though, I can see ascribing to that. I mean, it's strange times in which we live, and frankly, Given the recent rise in cancel culture, I find the statement that 78% would, or 72% would be more likely to forgive a purpose-driven company. I'm sorry. There's no way that that is even remotely close to true at this point, at least in my opinion. Now, I've been doing this a long time, folks. I've been studying consumer behavior. I've been studying trend patterns literally my entire life. And I've never seen a slanted study so severe. Hershey has its sights set on entering the better-for-you chocolate category. As such, the brand is unveiling their newest range of products with reduced sugar, as well as organic and plant-based options. Quote, "We are the leader in U.S. confection, and our consumers rely on us to understand their needs for everyday moments, seasons, and special occasions, offering high-quality and great-tasting candy that's accessible for everyone. Expanding our expertise, building new capabilities, and delivering more choices in better-for-you confection is the next big category opportunity for us to lead," and that's according to Kristen Riggs, who's the Chief Growth Officer at Hershey. Now, there's a lot to digest here, folks. Obviously, Hershey is taking the long view here in terms of plant-based and healthier alternative ingredients for their candies. That's a very smart move for the iconic brand, given what's been going on for the last few years. This is no longer a trend. It's a straight-up growth pattern with respect to plant-based ingredients, plant-based foods. When you look at Beyond and you look at Impossible as companies that, Beyond Meat and Impossible Burger, those guys, at the end of the day, when they first came out, yeah, you could have called that a trend because it was skyrocketing. It was a couple of years in. And as we've always said, trends average about 3 years. Most of them die within 12 months based on social and sort of, chasing trend mentality, that kind of thing. With respect to plant-based, this is not a trend anymore. This is here to stay. And that really is the key difference here. Hershey is looking at this the way they've looked at everything throughout their time. There's a reason why they've lasted as long as they have. Innovation and their ability to adapt to market conditions. Market condition right now is that people are looking for alternatives. And it sounds like and feels like that's here to stay. They develop products at Hershey for their consumers' tastes, as opposed to simply just chasing a trend. So for them, this was a very smart move, and I can't wait to see what that finite development nets out as. All right, Easter this year has a new entrant in the promotional category. Stuffed Puffs Marshmallows is unveiling its latest collection, the Perfect Pastel. It consists of individually wrapped marshmallows that come in themed bags containing 10 single classic milk chocolate varieties in 3 different colors, so sunflower yellow, bubblegum pink, and daydream blue. Quote, "Easter might look different this year, but we're excited to launch what will hopefully be a new holiday favorite. Our pastel-colored chocolate-filled marshmallows are wonderful treats for the holiday and will be the perfect addition to any Easter basket or egg hunt this season." And that was Michael Tierney, who's the CEO and founder of Stuffed Puffs. Now, consumers can find the Perfect Pastel collection online at stuffedpuffs.com and at most mass market retailers, Walmart, chain drug like CVS, and so on. So here's my take on this. Easter unto itself, okay, when you get into this kind of format in candy, okay, marshmallow, was owned by Peeps. I mean, come on. Everybody knows Peeps owns Easter, okay, and they tried to own Halloween and several other categories when they expand, or holidays, excuse me, when they expanded into different formats, all right? For Stuffed Puffs, this is utterly brilliant. Why? It plays up to younger demographics. It also pivots on the parent demo because a lot of parents don't like Peeps for a whole lot of reasons I'm not going to get into right now, and some of them I don't even honestly know. But when you get into Stuffed Puffs, everyone can agree it's cute, it's airy, it's marshmallows. You toast them by the campfire during the summer. I mean, come on. So to expand into Easter this way is very smart. Look at the color hues in schematic. Sunflower yellow, bubblegum pink, and daydream blue. Those are 3 incredibly popular colors for this time of year, and it makes all the sense in the world, especially for people who are looking to get out of just buying peeps. Okay, I don't really know how to tackle this one. So, I'll just tackle it head on. Favorite chef. About a month ago, I was asked by a few friends of mine, as we discussed yesterday with respect to Hill Bites Foods, I was asked by a couple of friends of mine to sign up and register for this contest called Favorite Chef. And the way that it was positioned on the website originally was that the winner, whoever won the contest, was going to get a $20,000 purse and a 2-page spread in Bon Appetit magazine, right? Okay, cool. Sign up, register, do all that. Then they open up yesterday for voting. And all of a sudden, I'm starting to see some changes on their website, like Bon Appetit completely disappeared, except in the terms and conditions where it said a promotion or a sponsored spread in Bon Appetit magazine. In other words, advertorial. So Bon Appetit had nothing to do with this contest. And upon peeling back further layers of the onion, I discover that the company that is pushing Favorite Chef has done this before. Except in other occasions, they hadn't benefited the charity that they had nominated. So for Favorite Chef, I believe it's America's Harvest. And another one that I had seen that they had done with Maxim Magazine, it was No Kid Hungry. No Kid Hungry never got a dime. So it's interesting to me that in a contest, and use that word loosely here, because when you go in and you vote, okay, it then offers you the opportunity to buy more votes, $1 a vote. Now, I'm seeing posts online of people who have spent hundreds, if not $1,000, to support their friend, their favorite chef, their family member in this contest. Folks, Bon Appetit put up this tweet yesterday because of the confusion and the noise that was coming out of Favorite Chef. And as you can see, they're denying they have anything to do with this, and flat out, this is a paid promo, meaning, or paid placement, not even a promo, because Bon Appetit is not promoting it. So I emailed Favorite Chef to find out what was going on, and they wrote back to me. It was pretty vanilla, but in one of their emails, they said, "Oh, are you pulling out? You know, we need to know, and if you make that decision, you can't come back." I'm like, fine, pull me out, no problem. So I post out to a bunch of my friends telling them, look, don't support me in this. You know, according to the email that I had gotten confirming they were canceling my profile, they also stated that they would refund anyone who voted for me or paid for votes, rather. So I don't know where to go on this other than I know Bon Appetit has nothing to do with it. I've spoken to about 20 or 30 other chefs who have all pulled out of this contest, and there are thousands of people who are entered. So this is a con job. There is no ifs, ands, or buts about it, in my opinion. At the end of the day, it's contests like this that create problems for sectors like the food industry, which right now is suffering so badly because of the pandemic. Shame on you guys. I'm so glad I pulled out. All right, as is tradition on the Daily Mix TV, welcome to Throwback Thursday. Do you remember this? Yes, it is the very house from Silence of the Lambs where Jodie Foster's character, Agent Clarice Starling, met Wild Bill, played by Ted Levine. Now, the home, located outside of Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, was recently sold for $290,000. And I can't even believe I'm about to say this. It's being made into a bed and breakfast. Hopefully the skin suit isn't, making an appearance in your wardrobe or somebody else wearing it while you're sleeping. I just, look, Silence of the Lambs is one of my favorite films. Sir Anthony Hopkins was just, oh my God, phenomenal. Of course, Jodie Foster was amazing, so was Ted Levine. The whole cast was phenomenal. The story was phenomenal. I find stories like this so fun and interesting and different because it is a tie back to something that we all loved in terms of Silence of the Lambs. It is a tie back to entertainment that we all enjoy. So enjoy that moment for what it is, folks. All right, I'm out of time, guys. My name is Sean Patrick Hillman. If you guys have any questions, comments, or story ideas, please email thedailymixtv@gmail.com. We'll see you tomorrow on Friday.